Good evening and welcome to this July 19th, 2022 meeting of the Manhattan City Commission. We welcome you all, and glad there's an audience here. So I'd like to call the meeting to order and have the city clerk call the roll.
Mayor Morse,
Yeah, here, present.
Yusha Rady,
Present.
Win Butler,
Present.
Johnny Mata,
Present.
Mark J. Hadasal.
He's not here.
Mayor, we have 4 commissioners present, so we have a quorum of 3.
Okay, thank you very much. At this point, would you everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this point, we're going to zoom right along to commissioner comments.
Yes, I'd just like to thank all the people who showed up the other night for the Parks and Rec meeting. It was a huge turnout that we had. It really showed how much people cared, and we got a lot of good information there as well. So again, just want to thank everybody.
No?
Yeah, same as Commissioner Mata. Thank you for coming, and we are going to review all of those comments. I took a ton of notes, so that will be nice. I also wanted to remind everybody there's a mural opening tomorrow at Sunset Zoo. If you're interested, at 10 o'clock, I believe, in the morning, open to the public. I believe it's Phyllis Pease that did the mural, one of our locals. And also to remind you to vote. You can advance vote in the primary for the August 2nd primary. You can vote regardless of your affiliation on some of the items on the in the primary. Thank you.
And I, too, would like to express appreciation for all of the comments we received at the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board last evening at the Manhattan Fire Station. I did learn some things. It was really interesting. The public brought information that I did not have, and I was glad to get more information. And that's what we're all about. So I attended today a meeting of the Manhattan Chamber of Commerce Advisory Board, Board of Directors, and always appreciate hearing that information. Ron and I had the opportunity earlier this week or last week to go to NBAF, and it was the first time that we'd ever been inside, and I don't think many people will get that opportunity, but there may be, some opportunities in the coming months. The actual construction is essentially finished, and they'll go into a 60-day period where they check out all of this construction part and make sure that it is working. And then for the next year, they'll check on making sure all of the internal systems work and that they work together. It's just a fascinating process, and more than, just any one of us probably who aren't physicists would have difficulty understanding, but it's totally empty, nothing there but white walls. It's just interesting. So I wanted to just share that we did have that opportunity. I debated, I don't want to be exclusive here, but someone reminded me that it's important that the community know that we've been there and it was okay. And so just wanted to mention that. And I think that's all for updates. Not because I haven't been busy, I have, but just nothing comes to mind at the moment. So with that, the end of the commissioner comments, we'll go on to the consent agenda. And introducing the consent agenda. The items on the consent agenda are those of a routine and housekeeping nature, or those items which have previously been reviewed by the City Commission. A commissioner may request an item be moved for separate discussion and consideration immediately following the consent agenda or at a different point on the agenda if desired by the City Commission. Does the commission have any questions or comments on any of the consent agenda items?
I just want to comment on item H, which is approve the amended Community Development Block Grant Housing Rehabilitation Administration Plan. That's a really excellent plan. It needed updated. I like the things that were put in there. And for those that aren't familiar with it, it's designed to provide assistance on doing emergency repairs and other things on some homes if your income level is below the 80% medium income as defined by some various regulations. So if you're in the category where you can use that to do some improvements to your house that are essential, please be aware of it, and we get a grant every year to take care of that. And so this plan just clarifies, and I won't go through all the little changes in there, but it streamlines it, makes it much more efficient. So great job. I guess Stephanie must have been involved in that, but I don't see her out there today. So great work on that.
Okay, any other comments? I would say that there are a lot of items on the consent agenda, and you can see those at the city's website, but there is quite a bit of money represented here. And I think it's important to watch the consent agenda as well as the general agenda. With no further comments, let me look. I have a new script. Takes me a minute. The public comment period is now closed. Is there a motion from the commission?
We didn't open it up yet.
Oh, I didn't open?
Yeah.
Hello. New script, I'm sorry. At this point, I'd like to open the public comment, and I need to state, we will now receive public comment on any item on tonight's consent agenda. Public comment will begin with people, and no one has signed up. I was advised by the city clerk. If you wish to speak, if you would come forward and sign in at the podium, we'd like to know your name and address. Each speaker has 5 minutes and can speak only once and must stop when the timer sounds. We will take your comments under advisement. Does anyone have public comments this evening? If you'd come forward, please. Seeing no one coming forward, I will close the public comment period. And is there a motion from the commission at this point?
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. City Clerk, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Reddy,
Yes.
Commissioner Butler,
Yes.
Commissioner Motta,
Yes.
Mayor Morse.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
And now we have a presentation, new agenda item. Bruce Sneed, President, and Leslie, I don't think that's Leslie, Stephen Bridenstine from the Flint Hills Discovery Center Foundation will present a check to the city for a 15-passenger van for the Flint Hills Discovery Center. Shall we both go? Sure. Yep. This is a big deal.
Yeah, mayor, we're waiting for the mayor. We definitely want the mayor, city manager. Everybody gets their hands on
I
it.
think we can all squeeze in here.
There we go.
I'll stand on my head. She's done. That was fast. Thank you so much. I don't know what we'd do without you.
Can I make a few
Yeah.
comments?
We would expect you to. Okay. I don't know if it's on. Check to see.
I'm Bruce Sneed. I have the honor and responsibility to be president of Flint Hills Discovery Center Foundation. And I'm so pleased to have this opportunity tonight to share a few thoughts with you. We presented a check for over $54,000 to fund a 15-passenger van for the Discovery Center to enhance its educational programs and opportunities to reach out into the region of Flint Hills that is the mission of the Discovery Center to sustain, and the mission of the foundation is to sustain the Discovery Center, helping expand its programs and offerings. And I want to express the foundation's appreciation to Russ Briggs, who did extraordinary work to find this van that we were able to purchase in this used car crazy market, and thank him for 2 months' worth of efforts to bring this van to the city. So thanks for the opportunity to express the support, and that's what I really think is significant. We raised funds for this actually starting before the pandemic, and the pandemic, of course, affected the ability to provide outreach and programs, but we were able to keep the funds available, and it expresses the support for the Discovery Center, this most unique quality of assurance, quality of life asset of the community and of the city and of the region, and it takes literally hundreds of donors to provide these funds for these kinds of assets and educational programs and enhancements to the Discovery Center. Really appreciate the opportunity to work with the Discovery Center staff. We are blessed with an amazing group of dedicated professionals to carry that mission of the Discovery Center, like Stephen Bridenstine, the Associate Director for the Discovery Center. So on behalf of the Foundation, its Board of Directors, its Director Leslie White, thanks for the opportunity to support the Discovery Center and the city.
I would like to just say more, that, Russ, I didn't introduce you, but thank you so much for your support of the Flint Hills Discovery Center. It means a lot, and it probably goes without saying that we could not have afforded a $54,000 van on the city budget. So, but this van will do what you need it to do, which is show people through the Flint Hills. So I just think it's a perfect solution, and thank you so much. We all appreciate it. Bruce, you're a good fundraiser.
My pleasure.
Stephen, thank you for your wonderful program. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the general agenda. And have to figure out where to start. Anyway, the general agenda item is an ordinance annexing MCM Industrial Park, a 50.489 acre site generally located at the northeast corner of US 24 and Excel Road in Pottawatomie County into the city. And you know that these this process is going to happen pretty much every 2 weeks for us as time goes on, assuming things stay on track. So John Adam with the Community Development Office, if you would take it away.
Thank you, Mayor. John Adam, Assistant Director. You should be familiar with this. We're talking about annexing a roughly 50.5 acre site, the northeast corner of Excel Road and Highway 24. Its location, the proposed use, and zoning correspond to the comprehensive land use plan for this area. And so the recommendation is to approve the first reading of an ordinance to annex the MCM parcel and the identified right-of-way. The timeline moving forward, August 2nd, you would have the second reading on this ordinance. August 15th, Planning Board would hold its first hearing, or its hearing on rezoning and the preliminary plat for it. August 16th, you would have the first consideration of a development agreement. August 29th, Planning Board would look at and approve the final plat. That is a special meeting date for them. And then September 6th, you would have the first reading of a rezoning ordinance, resolution of intent to issue IRBs, and first reading of bond ordinance. September 20th, second reading of a rezoning ordinance, acceptance of the easements and rights-of-way on the final plat, and the second reading of a bond ordinance. That's all I had. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Commissioners, do you have questions?
No, I think we've been talking about the Scorpion project for so long that I think I don't have any questions. This is just part of the process. Good to go, thanks.
I do think I do appreciate Pottawatomie County also moving forward with Scorpion. I know we have a lot of work ahead of us, but I think we are headed in the right direction, and this is one of those steps, but it's good to have that collaborative effort. And I do appreciate Ron presenting to the Pottawatomie County commissioners and updating them on a daily basis and making that partnership even easier to handle.
I think it's a good project for that kind of joint relationship. We haven't done a lot with Pottawatomie County, and so this is a good, positive thing that will serve us both well. I do have a question, if you could pull up the site map. And my question, as I read the materials, was where's Blue Valley Drive? I'm using my imagination with where it is, but I'd like for you to point it out, if you would. It's the one that we're gonna pave.
It's on the plat.
It's on the plat.
Oh,
If you can bring the plat up, I don't know if you, in the packet.
okay.
I think it would be helpful for the public to see it also as a second, primary. And I don't think it will make the meeting last too long. No grumbling.
Do you know which one it is?
Try that PDF.
This one right here?
I just wasn't aware of the development along Highway 24. I thought the whole site was going to be Scorpion. So I just thought I'd have you talk about the site map.
Should be attached to yours.
It's the last page of the ordinance.
Okay.
Okay, so it isn't. It is on what I have.
No.
John, I promise this wasn't a trick question.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the actual proposed ordinance, 062122.
It's also attached to the county's resolution.
Ah,
Okay.
there you go. Thank you. You have to blow it up.
Well, it still shows where it is. Yeah.
So
Yes.
the Scorpion site has a number of lots on the Highway 24 side that will be like an industrial park type thing.
This plat will be vacated.
I see, you're vacant.
Yes.
So it says
And I think-
Hill Springs subdivision. Is that
Yes.
being vacated?
Yes, that's correct.
That wasn't clear to me. Okay.
Yeah, the site was originally platted in Pottawatomie County
Right.
for a future development. That development is going away because the full tract is being used for Scorpion. So it's
Right.
vacating that.
So it
lot.
is the full tract. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then my original question was, where, it says in the materials that there's this Blue Valley Drive that we're going to be responsible for.
That would be the drive that goes through here,
It's the only one I could think of.
and that will be vacated with the,
So it is
But
being,
it's vacated also.
okay, so
Yes.
it's, all right. Make it go away. Okay.
Right.
Thank you. It's just one big open rectangle then.
yes.
Okay. I
There'll-
appreciate that.
There'll be a new plat
Yeah.
coming forward
Coming.
through the zoning and plating
Okay,
process.
all right. And Any more questions? I think those are the main questions. I think assuming, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Can't think of any questions, sorry. This is just important, and I wanted to have an explanation. Okay. Commissioners, you have no comments, or you would have come forth? All right. At this point, I would open the public comment period. If anyone wishes to speak in favor or against this project, if you would come forward. Seeing no one, I will close the public comment period. It's a formality, we have to do it. So, since the commission has no questions, is there a motion from the commission?
I make the motion that we approve first reading of an ordinance annexing the MCM Industrial Park, a 50.489 acre site generally located at the northeast corner of US 24 and XL Road in Pottawatomie County into the city.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Brenda Wolf, City Clerk, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Butler,
Yes.
Commissioner Motta,
Yes.
Mayor Morse,
Yes.
Commissioner Reddy.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
Okay, thank you. And that's the agenda for this evening. It's nice and short. That's our record time, 22 minutes. We will. I just want to tell you that this topic will be on the agenda as we pace through all of the steps that are required. So it won't conclude until September probably. So I appreciate you checking our agenda each legislative meeting so that you can stay more on top of it than you saw me be this evening. So thank you. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. City Clerk, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Motta,
Yes.
Mayor Morse,
Yes.
Commissioner Reddy,
Yes.
Commissioner Butler.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you all for coming. We're adjourned.